Well, Jake was kind of a pretty little kid when he started 4 years ago, and he grew up a little bit.
You're funny.
I've seen you grow as an example to your siblings. Your consideration of others and your thankfulness, right? I truly see that as you go through life and throughout your day, you realize when other people are being considerate of you, and you are thankful for that. And you've learned to be considerate of others.
Just the way that you approach things, you think about things, you're very thoughtful about those things, and you seek to do a lot of things that are very good, and you see it not only from your own perspective, but the perspective of others. And I think that empathy that you've developed sure is something that I'm just proud of.
You have grown to be an amazing young man with a huge heart. Your heart is one that just always warms mine, and I'm always thankful for it.
Oh, I've seen so many ways that you've grown in your confidence, in your compassion, in your prayer life, just how well-rounded and how you hit on points in your spiritual life and your prayer, where it's like what teenager thinks about those aspects to include in a prayer.
Dan and I were just talking about freshman year, you played volleyball and soccer, and that may not have been your ultimate gift from God, but you played because you wanted to be on a team and you wanted to make friends, and you were the best encourager out there, and you worked your butt off. You ran hard and fast, and we've seen you grow to try things that maybe aren't your natural things, but you tried them anyway, and the friends around you were happy that you were there.
Beavis, your growth has been incredible. You've come from where you didn't understand anything about the Christian life to making that part of your commitment and something that you're proud of. And that's just so amazing to us to see how you've grown.
Your prayer life. You have really taken to looking to the Lord, to striving to guide you in knowing what you need to do next and how to approach things that have become a challenge to you.
Luke and Austin, it's been great to see how you problem solve. You found your jobs out there on your own. You took your own initiative, and that's been really neat to see. And that gives you hope as a parent when you see kids that are willing to put their neck out and step out into situations where they have to shake a hand, they have to introduce themselves, they have to kind of sell themselves a little bit. So that's been great to see.
Just this last year with your knee injury, knowing that you had to go into the fall not being able to play on the soccer team, but yet you were still willing to be part of the team and still encourage and cheer from the sidelines to help Coach Boersma, and you did it with a good attitude and realized that there was a goal at the end of that tunnel. And then when we got into the lacrosse season and saw that you might not get to play again because we thought it was re-injured again, you still handled that with grace, and you had a good attitude about it, and you just kind of accepted it. And then getting the great news that you could still play, you played with the attitude of gratefulness and not like you deserved it or that there was something special, and you realized that honoring God and obeying God was more important than just kind of excelling at sports.
You know how to lead people. You know how to bring people together. You know how to make people feel welcome. And we know that you can encourage people and use those gifts to encourage people to Christ.
When you prayed at Thanksgiving, and your uncle was just in awe that you were praying for someone who was in an accident, but also the person who had caused the accident. And just, again, that compassion and that, just that heartfelt concern for people.
Your personal walk with Christ, your devotions and your commitment to that it just amazes me at this age what kind of a personal relationship you have with God, and that's our biggest prayer for you that continues.
Grow from a young girl into this polished young woman now. You've done a lot of neat things. You have a lot of great gifts, and the the leadership that you've shown at school and at church and on different teams. It's just been fun to watch you grow in the direction God has led you.
You're thinking about other people first, and you're not always thinking about yourself, and I've seen that grow a lot this year.
How you have learned to think through things, that you can stop now and look at consequences and look at things that are coming at you and make wise decisions. You're able to look at people and see who they are. That's a special gift that you have, and you can use that to help them grow and to help them see the good in themselves.
Gab, besides growing taller, I've seen you grow in many, many different ways. And I think one way is in your confidence. And I think that confidence is because you put your trust in the Lord. And I've seen that over the last 4 years. And that's allowed your joy to come out. And that joy has been infectious for people around you. And so, yes, your prayer life and the way that you've handled life's curves and bumps, and you've had a lot of them over the last 4 years, but seeing you put your trust in the Lord and be able to relax a little bit has been really great.
Also, you've both chosen to profess your faith through believer baptism, and we couldn't be more proud and thankful for that. Just hearing your testimonies, seeing the way that you've gone on mission trips and served in the community more, leading a small group every other week at church. You've been with your guys kindergarten now through 3rd grade, and to see the way they look at you and light up each week, and just have gotten to know you and to see you interact with them. It's really neat.
Yep.
Just a lot of growth. We're very proud of you.
Your confidence, wandering around college campuses at visits. I'm more nervous than you, and you just have it under control.
When we started Dig Deeper, I thought I was being an example to you, right? Striving to learn more. And when we arrived, and maybe you didn't say a lot during the Dig Deeper sessions, but when we talked about them afterwards, I came to realize how much you've dug into the scriptures yourself and how much you know. It humbled me. Like, you ended up being an example to me.
Ryan, we really have seen you grown as a leader throughout the high school years, and we appreciate your desire to lead in prayer at home and also leading devotions at school with campaigners on Friday mornings.